welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League. Madden Football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Philadelphia Eagles and the Buffalo Bills, and it comes your way next.
It has been a season of ups and downs, twists and turns. It all comes to a conclusion here tonight as we welcome you on this February night to the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans. This is Super Bowl 59. Tonight, we've got a good one on tap. It's the AFC champion Buffalo Bills and the champions of the NFC, the Philadelphia Eagles. One game tonight, available in 195 different countries. Wherever you are, thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Oaks, it's been a great first year in the booth with you, partner, and we've seen a lot. Great individual performances, dominating teams, stunning upsets. It all wraps up on the big stage in New Orleans. What are you going to be watching for in this one?
I think such a big factor of this game, Mike, is who handles the changes that come along with playing in the Super Bowl. Every NFL team all year, they want routine. They want consistency. The coaches and players preach that. Well, everything on Super Bowl Sunday, it just feels different. Pre-game feels different. Halftime feels different. The teams that are able to weather those changes the best typically come out and start the fastest and are able to really put themselves in position to call themselves Super Bowl champs.
From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. On play action, Hurts. Right away, they're coming after him, and they get him. A sack on the opening snap of the game.
This is a defensive coordinator just testing the waters. How is your protection plan? Do you have a plan for any linebacker or second-level pressures? Well, I think we got the answer in this one because they had no answer for it, and you can bet he's going to continue to dial those up.
So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. First carry for Saquon Barkley. And he'll only be able to muster a couple of yards. Terrell Bernard, they're on the tackle. Third and long. Hurts. That's caught. Saquon Barkley. Call it a gain of 13. First down, Philadelphia.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
So from the 36, it is 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He'll look underneath here for Barkley. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
So often for a defense defending the passing game, the most difficult guy to account for is the running back out of the backfield. So a really nice job here bringing him down before he has a chance to pick up any yards after the catch.
On 2nd down, Hurts. He finds Jahan Dotson. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
To the air again, Hurts. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Here's 2nd and 6. They'll run straight ahead with Barkley. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up third down. Hurts going to keep it on the option. And it looks like he's going to have that first down. He will, not by a whole lot, but he's got it enough. And they convert on third down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Without question, something you never want to see, especially here on Super Bowl Sunday. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. That's complete to his big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Dallas Goedert. Touchdown, Philadelphia. That opens the scoring here in Super Bowl 59. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Jake Elliott now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Eagles are off and running here in the Super Bowl. They lead 7-0. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Buffalo offense set to go to work for the first time. They'll be led by the big fella, 6'5" quarterback Josh Allen.
As much as you try to tell yourself, Mike, that this is just another game, the reality is it just isn't. It doesn't matter if it's your first Super Bowl or your 10th. This is the game you've dreamt about playing in from the first time you put on pads all the way back in Pop Warner. You're bound to get emotional in some capacity, but you have to get that out of the way and get ready to do everything in your power to turn those childhood dreams of hosting the Lombardi into a reality. As long as this guy does his part, they're going to have a fighting chance to come out on top. So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
I think this is something we're going to continue to see today, Mike, as this game goes along. They're going to make the defense make a decision. Do you want to account for the running back, or do you want to account for the quarterback? In this case, they choose the running back, and the quarterback makes them pay by picking up the first down.
1st and 10. In motion, Shakir. Now he's free at the 35. And they will finally run him down. So not quite 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10. They're pretty close. Now the first carry for the younger Cook brother. This is James Cook. That's a nice pickup bringing it down to the 3. From the gun, it's Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
He's got to find a way to hold on to that one. I mean, you're right on the doorstep of the end zone. And listen, I understand that hit is coming. But guess what? That hit's coming whether you catch it or not. And you get paid to make the difficult catches. And I would classify that one as tough, but you got to make that catch. Give your team a chance to come away with this drive with some points. And a nice job there defensively on third down, not overcommitting to their pass rush. Having a plan for this quarterback as a designed runner, they're able to stop him short of the first down.
So instead of going for the first down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. Passes kick is good. And the Bills are on the board. It's 7-3.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through and they get 3.
So after the made field goal, Bass is back out there to kick it away. Avery Williams on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense ready to take over as we check out the playoff race in the NFC. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. And that'll be a pickup of 3. Second and 7. Throwing is Hurts. This one is caught by Dotson. And they'll whistle him down, but not before it picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
That is brought in, and he will go all the way. Jahan Dotson, touchdown Eagles. A beautiful combination in the air there, the pass downfield, and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
Elliott on now for the PAT. It's up and good. And the Eagles extend their advantage to 14-3. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. A return now from the 4. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. Now Allen on first down. So after one here in Super Bowl 59, 14-3 is the score. More from New Orleans after this. Second down and 3. From the shotgun, it's Allen. That's taken in by Shakir. And he'll get about 5 here as he's out of bounds with a first down.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
Throwing now, Allen here on first down.
It takes a certain guy in that slot position to be willing and able to go across the middle of the defense on those in-breaking routes. You can tell this guy, he doesn't care. He is fearless going across the middle, and he's able to secure a nice catch.
Here's a 2nd and 6. That's Palmer, the man in motion. Allen, going to give it to Cook. Good running there, getting close to midfield. Let's mark him there. And a first down. Out of the gun, here's Allen. He gets this to the tight end, Dalton Kincaid. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
Whoa. A big play there on second down, but we do have a flag on the field, and that's in an area where usually this play gets erased. On the handoff, this is Cook, and he'll get maybe a yard. That's it. That is Cooper DeGene in there for the stop. Here's 3rd and 2. They go play action now. Here's Allen. He's got his man. That's Kincaid. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Well, a chance to get right back in it here. First down and goal. Here's Cook. Trying to find a crease in there. It's a big pile of bodies, but he is going to come up short.
Well, after being stopped for no gain on first down on the ground, Mike, it brings up the question. 2nd and goal from the 2, what do? I like throwing it. I don't like waiting till 3rd down to air the ball out. So if they want to take a shot at the end zone, I think it's got to be here on 2nd and goal.
So now they'll pitch it out here. And he will not get to the goal line. In fact, he may have come back a little bit, and now it is 3rd and goal.
Down here this close, all it takes is one defensive lineman defeating his block and getting some penetration, and that's exactly what we saw here. Not only to stop the ball carrier short of the end zone, but to take him down for a loss.
On 3rd and goal, here's Allen. And he's in. Keon Coleman. Touchdown, Buffalo.
Now remember back, Mike, their first drive, they had to settle for 3. So they definitely didn't want to have to do that again. So really solid drive from start to end. and they're finally able to cap it off with a touchdown.
Tyler Bass now for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Bills are back within 4. It is 14-10. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. He fields it at the 8. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Eagles offense getting set to get back to work. The lead sits at 4. So they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. The open receiver is Dotson. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a 1st down.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
On 1st down, it's Hurts. He's going to run it.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
He'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Hurts will work here from the pistol. There's the tight end, Greg Calcaterra. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Once again, it's Barkley. And he's going to bring this one close to a 1st down. Looks like they'll mark him just a yard short. Third and a yard. So got it. The tight end comes in motion. Now Hurts. Going to call his own number. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain here in this first half. We're back to New Orleans and Super Bowl 59 after this. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. Over the middle to his tight end, Goddard. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. He'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Now Hurts. That is brought in at the 10. And he'll be taken down.
Man, they're just running this 2-minute drill to complete perfection. It is such a point of emphasis of every offense, Mike. These end-of-half scenarios to come away stealing points make a big impact on the outcome of the game, and they're knocking on the door here, 1st and goal. At the very least, got to come away with some points.
Hurts working in the pistol. He's got it at the 3, and he'll take it on in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A 3rd touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
On is Elliott to add the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Eagles are out to a 21-10 lead. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The Bills offense going to see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. They look to make some inroads here. They're down 21-10 in this one as they come up on a first down. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Taking off. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. The Bills going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. From the gun, Josh Allen. That is downfield into the hands of Keon Coleman. Now a timeout, Buffalo. They're second as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. On first down, it's Allen. He's got it at about the 8, and he's going to be taken down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
This one is hauled in. Are the feet in bounds? Yes! Keon Coleman. Touchdown, Bills. That his second touchdown of this Super Bowl.
You know, we spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end in the fourth quarter in 2-minute mode. But let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the first half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here going into halftime changes this entire game.
Here's Bass now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Bills are back within 4. It's 21-17. So, still the matter of 6 seconds remaining in this half. And the kick's away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. A first down throw for Hurts. The coverage too good downfield. They'll wind up taking him down. So we have reached halftime of Super Bowl 59 here in New Orleans. And for the final time this year, we send it to Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. And what a season this has been, and it is nearing a conclusion. You guys enjoy the show out there. We'll get it back out to you, too, in just a moment. Both of these offenses had their share of high points in that first half. Each team had some big moments, and it would seem this could turn out to be a game where the last score wins.
Stage is set for a thrilling second half here in New Orleans. We're back underway at Super Bowl 59. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So Allen and the Bills getting set for their next possession. And I want to take you through the highlights here. They have been plentiful from the quarterback position. Has the offense running at a high efficiency throughout, and will try to sustain it here down the stretch. Here's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Cook to start this drive. And this will be a short pickup to about the 30. That is Cooper DeJean in there for the stop. They face 2nd down and 7. Here's Allen to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Seemed to me from up here, Mike, that he really locked in on that guy. He told himself, I'm going to give my guy a chance to go compete for this ball. But anytime he enters such a crowded area, it usually means if he works through his progression, there's an easier throw somewhere on the field. Instead, he tries to fit it in and just wasn't able to quite make the completion.
11 yards on the connection there. Good for a Bills 1st down.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
He's got the connection there. It's Joshua Palmer. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
Pass complete right side to Kincaid. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
They'll run straight ahead with Cook. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
That's Palmer, the man in motion. On 1st and 10, it's Allen. A high throw there, but a nice job to go up and get it. And he'll be taken down.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
From 6 yards out, it's 1st and goal. From the gun, it's Allen. To the goal line and in. James Cook. Touchdown, Buffalo. extra point try by Bass. The kick is good. And the Bills extend the advantage to a field goal. It's 24-21. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Here's Williams on the return. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Eagles offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. Christian Benford brings him down. On 2nd down, Hurts. A pass caught by Saquon. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end.
This is a great example of where just having situational awareness is so critical in the huddle. When every one of those receivers, Mike, breaks the huddle and go line up, they've got to know where that 1st down marker is. If your route calls, get by it, secure the catch, and bring up a fresh set of downs.
On 1st down, it's Hurts. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. Devontae Smith, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Hurts again. And that one's incomplete, but a late flag comes in. Looked like he might have gotten there early. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. A pistol snap back to Hurts. Quick throw out wide. It's caught.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
To the air again. Hurts. He's got this complete. That's Smith. And he's out of bounds, but not until he gets inside the 25-yard line. That pickup, good for 29 yards.
Great pre-snap recognition here by the quarterback. He looks outside and sees man coverage, and he knows exactly where he's going to go with the ball. Now it's up to the receiver to create separation at the top of the route. Ball's on time, great placement, nice big pickup.
Again, Hurts. Quickly to the outside and complete.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Hurts will try it again. He'll get this over the middle to Smith. Ball resting on the 9. First down and goal. So Goddard, the tight end, comes in motion. Here's Hurts. He'll take this himself. Some room to run as he takes it down to the 2-yard line.
Good decision by the quarterback. In this situation, all you're looking to do is have a positive play. He decides to pull it, and that's exactly what he's able to do.
From the 2 now, here's second and goal. They'll run with Barkley, and he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up third and goal. So Goddard, the tight end, comes in motion. They'll run with Barkley. And this time, he's in. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Eagles. So on third and goal, they run it in. Sometimes, Greg, that's 4-down territory. They didn't need to do it on 4th down. Taking care of it on the 3rd down for the touchdown.
Yeah, and when you find yourself down here this close, Mike, you have to finish these drives off. I'm with you. I think he was going to give his back 2 shots there to punch it in, but he only needed 1.
Elliott now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Eagles have taken a 4-point advantage. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Davis now to return it. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. So now here comes the Buffalo offense heading back out onto the field. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Allen. A short throw caught by Kincaid. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. On the zone read, a handoff here to Cook. And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. And that's good enough for a 1st down.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground with Cook. Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, here's Allen. That's taken in by Shakir. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here in Super Bowl 59. EA Sports back for the 4th from SoFi after this. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Allen. This one complete to Palmer. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. He'll get this out to the left flat. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that will be a bit of a letdown.
One more time going up top with Allen. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. To throw again, it's Allen. He's got his tight end, Kincaid. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Now a design run. It's Allen. Nothing doing there. He'll go down behind the line.
And you could tell pretty quickly, Mike, that once the quarterback started chopping his feet, that there was nowhere for him to go. Great job by the defense, not only reading quarterback run, but getting him down behind the line.
Allen on 3rd down. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's 4th down. He'll try and throw for it with Allen. He'll try and get there on the ground. And that's not going to work. The defense comes up with a 4th down, 4th quarter stand, and forces a turnover on downs.
And this is a tricky call for this coach. A field goal doesn't do you a lot of good, but a touchdown does. So I don't hate the call, but great job by this defense coming up with a stand and getting the ball back.
The Eagles offense ready to get back to work. This will begin at their own 13-yard line. So work to do starting with this 1st and 10. We have a tight end motioning left here. They'll start on the ground with Barkley. And they're going to mark him down right at the 30-yard line.
4th quarter, you find yourself protecting a 1-possession lead. It's a fine line, Mike, between do I keep the ball on the ground, continue to work the clock, or stay aggressive, try to extend this lead to a multiple possession game. That's the balance this play caller is dealing with right now.
Hurts to the air on 1st down. That'll be taken in by Barkley. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. Oh, he's got a man. His tight end, Goddard. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
And he lowers the shoulder, a gain of about 3. Now Jalen Hurts on second down. A short throw taken in by Goddard. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Hurts going to keep it on the option. And that's good run support on the edge. Nice tackle out wide.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short gain.
They'll come up on a second down and 8. They'll run the counter with Barkley. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard. This crowd into it now as we get to third down. They'll drop to throw. A pass caught by Saquon. And he will get into the end zone. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Philadelphia. That his second touchdown of this Super Bowl.
And that's exactly how you stress all week, finishing a game. Get the ball and leave no doubt. But that late touchdown, Mike, that should all but just seal this victory away.
Here's Elliott for the extra point. He's got it. And the Eagles will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. This taken at the 5. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Bills offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. From the gun, Josh Allen. A dive and a catch. Incredible. Great way to start the drive. A gain of 20 and a first down.
And you love to see this. You find yourself here in the fourth quarter. Your team is trailing. You're trying to do anything possible to see if you can create some sort of late spark. He goes big-time effort on the layout catch, and he's able to pull it in and see if it could be a little bit of a spark here late in this ballgame. Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
Now, 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's Allen. He's got a man downfield. It's Shakir. And this is going to be a touchdown. Hold everything. They are not done yet.
Well, that was step one. The offense did their job, get this thing back within one possession, so they're still alive. But now they've got to find a way to get a little bit of luck and find a way to get the ball back, and it's not going to be easy.
So, certainly some importance to this one now. After the touchdown, they could get this down to a field goal with a 2-point conversion. A run with Cook. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They mark him short. The try for 2, unsuccessful. They've got just the 2 timeouts remaining, so they'll line up and take their chances right here with an onside kick.
With the rule changes on kickoff, Mike, it's just so hard to really expect to recover an onside kick nowadays. There's a lot of people pushing for kind of a radical change to this. Hey, can we make it 4th and 15? Offense gets the go. If they convert it, they keep the ball. I'm not sure that ever happens, but we can see here an onside kick. Not much of a chance.
Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. They'll have a short field looking to build on the lead. They'll run straight ahead with Barkley. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. And make it 3 touchdowns. Now, remember, he caught the one earlier. That his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game.
And, Mike, this is what every offense is searching for out of the running back position. Can you impact the game equally on the ground as you can through the air? And that's exactly what this guy has done so far today.
Elliott on now for the PAT. His kick is good. And the Eagles tack on 1 more to their lead. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. This one taken at the 7. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Bills offense and their wide receiver getting ready to get back to work. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Allen will throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because, think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Now Allen to throw on 2nd down. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
A great pass rush is like a closer in baseball. When you bring them into the game, it's all but over. And that's exactly the case here. It doesn't result necessarily in a sack, but it was the hit that altered the throw just enough to end that play before it started.
That is incomplete. And here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. He's got his man. That's Kincaid. And he's going to have the Bills' 1st down as they wind up getting 13 on 4th down. Again, it's Allen to the air. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. The Bills going to use their final timeout here. They stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. This is 1st and 10. Throwing again, it's Allen. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Here's 2nd down. Allen gonna throw again. That's deep for the back of the end zone. That is incomplete with 1 second left on the clock.
I could sit up here all day, Mike, and we could talk about the missed throw, but I think a lot of the credit has to go to the pass defense. Not only did they do a good job making it difficult for them to complete the pass, but I think they saved the touchdown along the way.
A final shot now for Allen. Again, working deep downfield. And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this 4th quarter. And the Eagles have done it. They are your Super Bowl champions. So this, a well-deserved celebration down on the field. You know, Greg, it wasn't totally mistake-free, but about as solid a performance as you could hope to have on the big stage in the big game.
And to think about all the people that had their hand in this, Mike, of course we see on the field the players. Their ability to perform at such a high level goes without say. But then you think of the group around them, the coaching staff, their ability to game plan, and then the front office and the GM who put this